and we'll walk around compound, and we'll see some tigers. Okay, here we go. Time for a cast, starting with Mr. Potato Head, the grossest, ugliest tiger that has ever tigered. That has ever tigered. I have pinching. I have pinching that's happening right now. Mr. Potato Head.
He's not coming to you. You just said bad words about him.
He always does. I say bad things about him all the time, and like he's.
No, let's see. Get him to come over.
I'm not gonna get him to come over. No.
You said you were gonna get him to come over.
I never said that I was gonna to.
Oh.
And what about you? What can't you get him with your charms?
I already did.
Yeah, she did. If people, well, that's the thing. If you subscribe to the Patreon, and then you actually watch the Fancy Cast, you will have known that he came up, gave all sorts of smooches and kisses to Heidi, and he just got completely smooched out. So he decided to.
Here's our boo-boo.
He's got a boo-boo Pete's. What do you think that's from?
Him growing too fast, being too big.
All of that fun stuff. So, hello all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, and Heidi. Oh my god, she's like, yeah, saw. Welcome to another super duper fantastic episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Oh my gosh, she's gonna be here. You're gonna be able to see all of the cats just absolutely loving on mom. It's gonna be fantastic. And Heidi has so graciously decided to do this webcast because we're gonna be able to talk about some really fun things that whoa!
I'm sorry, you pushed me over, bud. You was quicker than me.
Because we're gonna be able to talk about some of the more interesting and fun things that have happened in the carosphere. The carousel of the carosphere.
Are you going this way looking at me?
Yeah.
Why aren't you looking at you?
Why do I don't, because people see me often. They see me all the time.
You don't need to see me.
He's peeing right now. Okay. What?
Why would you interrupt them?
I'm not. It doesn't.
Are you avoiding them?
It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop him.
Yeah, if you knew what you were talking about. Hey, handsome.
Yeah. So.
He's getting older.
He is.
Me too.
Oh no. You're right as rain, hun.
Good thing you're not filming me this morning getting out of bed.
Ah. Smooch. So, we had some interesting things happen recently. There was, what? I don't let Dee Dee know you. Oh.
I'm sure you're going to be surprised.
More than likely, yes.
She always knows where I'm at all the time. Dee Dee! Dee Dee!
Excuse me. Oh my gosh, look at her.
Dee Dee!
I don't think she knows.
Dee Dee! Dee Dee!
Oh, she finally saw.
Hi! Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, girl. You didn't know I was here. You didn't even know what I was here. Okay, easy now. Be sharing. Hi, Kitty. I knew you were looking for me, and I kept on going, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee. And I said, Mika, hide me from Dee Dee.
So to preface, basically, and I talked about this in one of the webcasts last week where I was kind of setting the stage, so to speak. Of course, there was that situation that was down in Houston where there was a tiger that was being kept inside of a little cage in a house. Tiger was very overweight, kind of like Mika. It's not baby fat. She's not up. Look at Zara. Which one's? Look at that.
Why are you such...
I'm just particular. I am.
Zara is just trying to lay somewhere soft and smushy.
She's trying to lay her hoo-ha somewhere soft and smushy.
No, it's not.
I know, Mika.
Tell him
Bad
about
touch.
it.
Bad
That was-
touch.
You stop that. No, that's not nice.
It was not.
That's not nice.
What? I'm not the nice one.
You're not the nice.
Zara's not the nice one.
Yes, I know. You will. I love you too.
Oh my gosh! Everyone is clamoring to have a little bit of mom time.
Oh, I know. I don't mean to the baby.
So,
Hey, Dee
anyway,
Dee, I'm here.
situation down in Houston.
Good girl.
Dude was going to go and
There you go.
smoke some of the marijuanas. Random guy,
Some grass.
some of the grass, and ended up finding this tiger in this little cage in what appeared to be an abandoned house. And dude did the right thing, called the authorities, very great, and then the tiger was taken in, and it was taken to a very nice facility. And while this whole situation was unfolding, there were some local journalists in the Houston area who were trying to get a handle on, you know, some of this stuff, and they were wanting to talk to people who were tiger experts. So they basically were calling all these zoos, sanctuaries. They were finding numbers and calling, because this was kind of late at night that this was happening. And
I was the only dummy that answered the phone.
Heidi was the only dummy. You're not a dummy, but she was the only one that answered the phone. So Heidi was the only one that answered the phone. And then this person basically called, Heidi answered, and then started asking some questions. And if you could just kind of tell us how that conversation went. And just that conversation, not necessarily like the stuff that was, you know.
Hello? Do you know anything about the thing that happened in Houston? No, I don't know anything that happened about it in Houston. What happened in Houston? Oh, there was a tiger found in a garage. And I'm like, wow, that's bad. And then I said, is it okay? And they're like, yeah, the authorities have it. Somebody went to smoke some marijuana in an abandoned house, and they found a tiger in there. Amika, that's not a place for a tiger. So they said, well, do you have it? No, they didn't ask if I had it. Sorry. They just said, can I ask some questions? And I said, sure, ask away. She said, do you have any tigers? And I said, well, we have over 40 big cats. And we have about 24 tigers. I was kind of guessing. I couldn't remember. Shh, it's baby fat. I know.
I'm not saying anything.
Don't fat shame her. No fat shaming here, baby. I love you. You're perfect. So then she said, well, since you're kind of an expert, since you've been doing this for 30 years, how about, can I record a short interview and ask you a few questions? I'm like, sure. Ask away. So she asked a few questions, one of them being, are tigers dangerous? I said, yeah, they're kind of like a loaded gun. You know, you play Russian roulette. You know, one of the days you're going to hit the chamber that blows your head off. Especially you're playing with a loaded gun, and if you play with one, you're going to get hurt. That just happens. You can't help it. Very dangerous animals. That was one of my little quotes. One of my other quotes was, you know what? Oh, by the way, New York Times. Was it the New York?
Yeah, it was the Times.
The New York Times actually was amazing, and so was the Guardian, because
we'll get to that.
They interviewed the second day,
Yeah.
but they actually quoted these things correctly, which were things like tigers are adorable when they're born at 2 pounds. You can hold them in the palm of your hand, and as they grow at 8 weeks old, just 2 months old, they can eat chicken bones and all. And then by the time they're 4 months old, they can eat a calf the size of a human adult.
And this was the same quote that you told this local news person from Houston, correct?
Yeah, and then they said, how much does it cost to take care of them for a year? And I really don't have those numbers, because I should, but I don't, because we get a lot of things donated. We feed differently than most people. So to say how much, if we had to buy all the food, if we had to do all this stuff, how much it would cost, I don't really know. So I said, listen, we just recently had a chance to take in 6 tigers that were about 2 years old. And we decided to pass, because we figured out that for their lifespan, it would be about $1.6 million to care for each of those 6 tigers.
No, is it 1.6 per cat or
per
one?
Cat,
okay.
per cat for their lifetime, depending. And I told her, I said, but that is all dependent on, when she asked that, I said, it all depends upon how well you take care of them. If you build a proper enclosure. No, Dee Dee, life is not fair whenever Mika's cogging your maw. And they want food. So it all depends upon how you take care of them, how you feed them, how well you feed them. The 6 tigers I was talking about ate ham their whole life, and they got it free from a store. So, if you just feed them ham, which I'm under the understanding that one of those tigers is already dead at 2 years old, where they ended up being placed. So very tragic. Not really sure why, but so everything that I said, all of the, I wasn't talking about our cats. I was talking about the cats.
The cats that we were thinking about taking, and then we decided, it's just not the right.
Not the right time.
Not the right time. Yeah.
And we didn't have enough empty enclosures, and we don't like taking in animals unless we have enclosures already ready for them.
Yep.
So it just was the best thing to pass on that and allow another sanctuary to take them in. I'm trying to think of some of the other questions.
Some of the other things, yeah.
It's been so long. It's been a couple of weeks. Should tigers be pets? No.
Mm-hmm.
The normal stuff. The stuff that Derek talks about all the time. Just the normal questions that you just say no, no, no. And then the story comes out.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with anything that I said.
Yeah.
Totally fabricated.
Yeah. Either that or just blatantly mischaracterized. It took some of the quotes, but then it could put them in a way nowhere near the context.
So and then that article was then picked up by every, I don't know, I imagine the Associated Press and all the biggies. So then every newspaper and every television station in the world picked up this story that Heidi Krahn, founder and executive director of the Center for Animal Research and Education. They did get that right.
Yes.
That's where it ended.
Yes. What were some of the things? What were some of the fun facts?
I'm trying. You keep interrupting.
I'm helping.
No. That's not helping.
I am helping.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to say that again. Heidi Krahn, founder and executive director of the Center for Animal Research and Education, has been working to find the tiger from Houston a home, and working very hard on the project. And so, I was doing it. Remember, I told them that I never even heard about it before I did this interview. So I got about 400 emails and confirmation, or people asking or trying to tell me where I should place the tiger, which I keep telling these people, I don't have anything to do with this tiger. See, I'm talking about other tigers. They're all leaving.
Well, we should go. Let's fucking talk.
Okay, so anyway, that was the first of all.
Okay.
I did not. Oops, I'm going to lose my phone. Hold on, don't watch.
I'm not. Where do you keep your phone?
I'm not telling.
She keeps it in her bra.
Dee Dee, now you have Mommy all yourself. Well, if you keep walking, I'm leaving. Hi. Oh, sorry. Nico.
So basically, yeah, that was one of the first
so
things.
That was one. The second thing that they said is tigers are like a loaded gun. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing. No explanation.
Did they even say that they're like, or did they say like tigers are a
loaded gun?
Definitive statement. Tigers are a loaded gun.
And
okay.
These are my quotes. And what was the last one?
Oh no, that we only have 6 tigers here.
That we have 6 tigers and it costs $1.7 million a year to care for them.
Yeah.
Hi, Peter Pan.
So 1.6 million over the course of their lifetime turned into care only has 6 tigers. It costs 1.6 million a year to care for them, and also Heidi is on the case. So then, yeah, you were.
People wonder why I don't ever talk to media.
So how many calls were you getting? Because weren't you getting calls from like people who are saying like, I have a facility.
I know of the best big cat facility in the world. It's not that place where the people are talking about. It's another one. And then there's this another place in Texas, and I'm like, listen.
Hey, I just bought 7 dog kennels. I think I can take. I'm gonna stitch them together.
Come on, Bubby. Come on, sweet bug. Your belly is fat. What did you eat last night? A whole cow? Hi, bug.
So yeah,
Hi, bug.
that was the thing, and like,
Your breath is stinky.
it was so amazing because Heidi like told me that night. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I did this interview."
Wait, what about the letter? The letter from the man.
Oh,
because when I clarified my letter to the Times, the New York Times, I had said. They asked how much can you purchase a tiger for, and I said I really don't know. But I said less than $5,000, and to be honest with you, probably very less than $5,000 you can purchase a tiger for. But they're worthless when it comes to the liability. The liability is so outrageous because you have to spend so much money to care for them, providing them a home and providing them food for the rest of their life because they can live 20, 25 years. And so you've got this lifetime, this huge commitment of at least 20 years taking care of a cat with food. And then I talked about medical care and how medical care, one visit to a doctor, like if we took Arctic to A&M, it's $20,000 one visit.
Yeah.
So I'm going through all of these different things, and I forget why I was saying this. What was the reason why?
Oh, crap. It's because of the letter that you got.
Oh, and so this guy read the letter in the Times, and he said, how dare you say that tigers are worthless? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Which is silly because, like, basically the entire article you were sitting there saying, like, I've dedicated my lives to these animals. I love them, like, blah, da, 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 da. And then, again, like, that part, the guy didn't really kind of read it the way that it was intended. That, yeah, when you acquire these animals, like, it's surprisingly not as expensive as you would think to get a hold of these animals if you know the underhanded types folks that can kind of wheel and deal this type of stuff. And also, the liability makes it like not worth the effort. So that's what she was getting at. And basically the guy said like, how dare you, those tigers are not worthless. They are Gaia's creatures of love and spirituality. And that's the other thing. It's like he started kind of oh no, she fell over. Oh no, someone was gotta pick her up.
Well, I can't make her get up. She looks exhausted.
She does look.
Are you okay, baby? Kiara! Kiara!
So,
Kiara.
that's the thing,
Baby.
is that
Get over here, cuteness.
this article gets published, and like, Heidi tells me the night before, like, oh my gosh, I did this interview and this crazy thing was happening and whatnot. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. The next morning, she sends a link with the article and it basically has like 10 red-faced, like frowny emojis. Just like, do you see what these people did? Do you see what they did to my words?
And so then the calls start coming in. Hello, this is the Washington Post, or this is the New York Times.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Guardian. This is a dodo. And they're like, hello, I understand that you're in charge of taking care of the tiger. This is how I answered every question. Nope. And they're like, well, I read here that this is true. And I'm like, nope. So you said this, and I'm like, nope. So I answered every one because it was ridiculous.
Yeah, you had
Set 'em straight.
there was a lot. Yeah, that was the thing. It's like the people that she talked to from some of the more large scale kind of international news orgs, they actually were getting quite the kick out of it. They from what Heidi was telling me. I mean, I wasn't privy to these conversations, but
That's my favorite kisser in the whole world.
oh, Mr. Peaser?
Peace.
Pease is the best kisser?
No, now he's giving me the cheek. Give me. Ah, Jacob. I love you. I love you the most. Don't tell Peace. Peace or don't tell Jacob. Here comes my favorite.
Poopa.
Huh? Hi, Peace. Hey, Poopa Luca. You know you're my favorite. Yeah, yes. You are my favorite. Yes, you are. Don't tell Jacob. Don't tell Jacob. I love you. I love you.
We probably should go down to O'Reilly and Zubiri and see how they, see how they're doing and see how they react / respond to Mom.
I suppose.
You supposed?
Hey, Booger. Hey. Hey, beautiful. Hello. Earth. Kiara. Hi, look who's here. It's me. Look, it's me. Are we coming in here? You're not. What? I don't think she knows. Hello?
Can she see?
Not very good. Hey. Nah. Just leave her alone. She's having a moment.
Yeah, I'm having a senile. Shush.
Because Ezra's my favorite.
Yes. Ezra is pretty awesome.
He doesn't tell anybody either. You know, I say that to all the kids.
Yeah. You gotta tell.
You're my favorite. Don't tell the others.
Am I your favorite husband? That's a stretch.
Hello, handsome devil. But you can't walk by him.
Of course. So here's the thing. It's like
Pop up, pop up.
this article gets,
Pop up, pop up, pop
this initial article gets published. It gets picked up by TV. It gets picked up, by mainstream media outlets, local news outlets. It gets reprinted, republished with all of the misinformation, the mischaracterized bits of information that Heidi was the one who was handling the Houston situation, that Kara only has 6 cats, all these different little things. And then Heidi's phone starts blowing up even more. Not just from people wanting to... Yeah, you gotta see it. You gotta see him.
I know I do.
Well, it's like the people want to see the guy. Not just from people saying just like, hey, I've got a really great thing for the cat, and then can I submit my resume for my facility? Can I do things? So not just that, but other news outlets, other news organizations, like Heidi was saying. You got the New York Times, the New York Post, the Guardian. You got some of these major news
Which I
people.
loved because there were some really nice people. The gentleman from the Guardian was amazingly nice. The woman from the Times was so sweet, and the dodo, amazing. Those 3 interviews were my favorite. They were just the nicest people in the world to talk to, and pretty appalled at the missed quotes, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, they were. They were just like, that's crazy. Then when they heard some of that stuff, they were. Yeah, yeah. You gotta keep the secrets. Shh.
You're my favorite, honey.
Oh, thanks. Tavali, Heidi just told Nadal that he's...
Listen to him. He's a lying sack of poops.
Lion sack of poops.
I can promise you, Princess is not my favorite.
How's the relationship been going?
We had a problem the other day.
Oh no. Had a setback? Oh, that stinks. I'm trying to get the thing set up. She's looking at Heidi.
I wish it was looks of love.
Hi. Hi. Hello. It's okay. You'll get it back. Oh, don't go up and see a Raleigh Zubiri just yet.
Not sure the species. It kind of looks like a beached whale.
Oh.
Maybe you know what it is? It's a beached sea lion.
A beached sea lion.
Rod is way fat.
You think Ra is very fat today?
Very fat.
Ra is not fat.
I think his stomach might split open.
I don't think Ra's stomach is going to split open. Ra is not fat.
He might have babies.
He's not going to have babies. He's a boy. What's he going to push him out of?
We didn't sneak very good. No sneakies! No sneakies! No sneakies! Come here, you So he wasn't a beach sea lion.
He was a lion. He was just a beached lion.
But I could see him easily because he's going to pee a sea.
Oh, thanks. Oh, that was true love
Look
right
at
there.
his chain link right on the side.
Got chain link imprint.
Hey, Doobie!
Doobs!
Doobie, doobie, doo!
Doobs, doobs! Zoobs! Zoobs! But it was really great. It was really great because even though some of those misquotes and like the things got really squirrely at the beginning, being able to have the exposure on some of those larger, more international, platforms, and then having those larger international platforms actually not misrepresent or not mischaracterize, it was actually a very good thing. It was a very, very...
So now I'm starting to write some books. I'm going to use them whenever I...
That's it. It's a thing. Is that something that you would be willing to kind of like discuss a little bit more about, or you want to kind of keep that,
I'm writing books about Zooby.
I'm going to keep that a little bit to the chest.
I'm going to keep him on my chest. No, I'm no, I can say things.
Yeah, okay. I just didn't know, I haven't told anyone about that, so.
Oh, so I've been wanting to write children's books for a long time. Why is that so funny? He's mean. He does it every day. And you know what? Next time you're in the bathroom, I'm going to grab your camera and put it on Patreonic or whatever. And I'm going to film you taking a pee and then laugh. And then we can see how all that would feel for you.
They don't care. They don't have, he doesn't have this level. He doesn't have the level of shame that I would have. Being like, get that camera off of me. I'm peeing. I'm urinating. Anyway. You married me.
It was an accident.
I fell down onto that ring.
Anywho. So books. Children's stories about big things like death and dying. Momo! Mo! Mo! There's my Momo! Momo over here, honey. Hello. Come over here, sweetie. Momo! Mo! It's over here, too. Well, you just want to bite him.
Yeah, she does.
I'm over here, Momo. No. Mommy's here. Mommy's here, Mom. Mommy's here, Mom. No, I don't want that part. I don't want that part to you. Listen. Click, 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 click. Bad guy. Bad guy. Click, 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 click.
That's Lemur Morse code.
Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click.
Aw.
Trouble. I'll save you, Mo. I'll save you, Mo. I'll save you, Mo.
So books.
Oh, books.
Children's books.
See, I don't write much, not very far. I have the names of all the stories. It'll be about 12 books. The The story's based on the cats and their lives. Like one's going to be called Mia's Monsters. It's one about Apollo on depression and sad things happen. And it's called Bad. Oh no, it's Ezra's Bad Things Happen to Good Tigers. And it just being put in the eye of. When I practiced for a very short time, adults, all you do in therapy is try to erase what screwed up whenever you were a kid. All those things. So if we could help kids adjust better to life traumas when they're children, then they won't carry that stuff into adulthood, is my theory. So the books will come with a lot of different things, special things that I don't want to share right now because it's original and I don't think it's ever been done before. But it will have a lot to do with the cats and me actually reading to the animals the story that I'm writing about. So, I don't know, kind of interesting. I'll tell you more as time goes on, once I find a publisher and an editor and all of those wonderful things.
Heidi's told me so many different times about the different ideas that she has as she's developed this whole concept, and it's honestly one of the most exciting things. Because here's the thing, you gotta sit there and think. She'll show me like a diagram of like an enclosure and everything. Like I've designed. Yeah, she's designed all of this stuff. Sweets, like.
Whoops, sorry.
It's okay. I'm just gonna. So all of this stuff here, there, okay. that, it comes from the mind of that. All of it. So. And I get really excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's this going to mean for like the future of the facility, of the organization? This is going to be really, really great and everything. And this idea right here is the single most exciting one that I think that I've heard come from her. It's incredible. And it's truly original. All of the different stuff that she talks about as far as taking her expertise as a child therapist and as someone who has been working with big cats and building a facility for the past 30 years. And that's the other thing. It's like, it's like she's been working with big cats for 30 years. She has been working with big cats for 30 years, but it goes deeper than that. She's been building this place. She's been making this thing, this environment, this home. She knows how to foster communities and to create happy magic vibes and all of that stuff. So she's able to take all of that experience, all of that knowledge, all of that know-how, and then turn it into this incredible work that I'm super, super excited about.
Blackie, where are you?
I don't know. He's over here.
I know. Here's little Pete's Prince.
And then Paula's down there. You can see his butt.
Where's
he going?
Where are you going, Lack? Where you going, Lackey?
Lack attack. He just keeps on walking around up here.
He's trying to figure a way down that won't hurt his feet.
Come on, Lack.
He says, I'm going to have to take the long way around. I'll wait for you. Just go ahead.
Yeah, we'll
take
wait.
Your time. Getting closer. Oh, Jesus. You'd think he was 100 years old. Come on, Lack. Yes, I call him Lackey. I don't know why. Come on, Lackey.
I call him Lackey too.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Destiny started that.
Did she? Mm-hmm. I think that sounds about right.
And I was like, don't call him Lackey, and then she kept on doing it.
And then it just sticks. That's just how all the nicknames are just like that. One person starts it, and then.
You're not coming down?
Yeah, Poopy's name is not Poopy. It's supposed to be Smokey, but we just called him Poopy because he pooped a lot.
Oh, no, it worked to call him food. Smoky bacon didn't make it on.
Yeah, we had...
Skittles didn't make it on.
Oh, my gosh, there he is. Look, he's... Lackey, what are you doing?
Hey! Come here. Don't shine light on this. This is so dirty. Holy smunkolies.
We'll have to get some Windex out here.
Hi, handsome. I didn't feed you. He thinks I couldn't. I don't have no food. There's no food in here. No food. I don't have no food. If you keep doing that, it's not going to change the matter. There's no food in there.
He's like, did you bury it over here?
Mm-hmm. So the zoo still comes out.
Oh, that's great.
And they do blood pressure on them still.
That's good.
And it's been, actually their blood pressure is lower since they've come out here.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's really good. So,
I don't know how they do it. They're really they do a lot of treats and stuff.
That's impressive.
Oh, there goes some Spot.
Bye bye.
No food.
Okay, so we talked about the news. Is there anything else about the news thing? And is there anything else about the book stuff that you'd like to be able to tell people now?
Oh, the book stuff? No, not that.
Okay. I think that yeah, because I think that we kind of covered it. I think so. Yeah. Hon, thank you so much for doing this, and I know that the people are going to be really. Here, let's see if I can cover up.
No,
here.
that's just my face.
Still
that way, even when there's no sun.
So, honey, thank you so much, and I'm sure that everyone is very appreciative of the fact that. I'm sure that everyone is extremely appreciative of the fact that you decided to, come out here and do the webcast. Bless us with her presence. Yes. So, thanks a lot for watching this episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Hashtag Dorbus Award in the comments section below, and then we're going to see you next week. Let's go ahead and end it with Heidi saying hello to Miss Sydney.
Hi, Sid. How are you?
All right.
Can I get any closer? Hi, BB. Hi, BB. Love you, Sid.
All right. Thanks, hon.
Sure.